What has been your greatest achievement in completing the DP Visual Arts course? Which work are you most proud of?
I think it's hard to pick one work that I'm most proud of because I think doing it all together is quite an achievement. I would say I'm not necessarily the fastest worker or the best at time management, so I guess being able to even create like 8 artworks is definitely, it's a large workload for me to handle, and I think I'm very proud of myself for being able to achieve that.
How have artists influenced your art making?
I can't give them enough credit. I'm someone who likes to take in a lot of imagery and of a lot of variation. I mean, there's been so many artists that I've been inspired by that I haven't even mentioned in my exhibition, in my comparative study. I mean, Lisa Scavage and her use of color and lighting is just, it's so sumptuous and gorgeous. And even though some things, like I'm not able to even put all of it into my own art, it really, even the things you see every day, they still have an effect on the work that you produce.
What media has been the focus of your art making for this exhibition, and why?
This year was sort of the first year I really got to delve into oil paint, and I think I dealt with it in a more unorthodox way because I sort of started with watercolor, and that really gave me an interesting foundation to start playing with oils, like using the medium more. Even though it might tarnish the light fastness of it, I think momentarily it gives a cool effect of different layers of opacity.
Explain the conceptual focus of your exhibition.
When I was trying to come up with like a singular concept for my exhibition, I found it really difficult. So what I did was I looked at multiple areas and tried to find one uniting concept, one underlying thread, and that thread turned out to be absence, or the lack thereof of things. And trying to find symbols to represent that was very difficult, but I think it proved very interesting to try and define ambiguity.
What has been the most challenging aspect of creating your DP exhibition?
I think it's been time management because it's very difficult to create a resolved work within the amount of time with the right symbolism and to communicate effectively, all within like these 2 years. And another thing that perhaps I may have found more as an obstacle was, I guess, the criteria itself, because there were times where I thought to myself, this is a resolved work, this is my fully realized intention, and I would take it to Miss Kimmery and she would be like, this is not done. So I guess I sort of struggled with where is the work finished.
If you could start this process again, what would you do differently?
I think I would have a stronger set of symbols that I knew to work with, and also take more photo references, because that's something that I was really lacking in, and I ended up having to use some of the same images.
How has studying art impacted you as a learner?
I guess it makes you into sort of a Renaissance person. Like, you're able to enrich yourself in so many different ways through art, in areas that, I mean, not any other subject offers. So I'm glad I took it, and it's offered me so much variety.
Will you continue to engage in art after you finish your diploma? How and why?
Not in the educational, traditional sense of that, but I think I will always have to give some time and some life to whatever I create.